It has been a hot minute since I've been out here on YouTube, and I thought it was time that I checked in. So let me just share a little bit about what's been going on for the last few months. Let's see here. I think the last time I did a video was summertime last year, and about that time, things really took a turn at my full-time job. And I was struggling with some health issues that I could not maintain a good balance, and something had to give, and so it ended up being YouTube. Since then, a lot has changed. My role has changed at work, and for the better, and I love what I'm doing, and I'm still in human resources, but I am focused on systems and compliance. I'm no longer managing a team. That was a change that really needed to happen. I'd been doing that for 9 years, and it was time for me to be done with managing a team. So my role has changed at work in a way that has been a great move for me professionally, and it was a really good move since we did a whole realignment of the HR function and the team. It's been a really good move for the whole team. We struggle with staffing shortages just like everyone else in every other company, in every other department. We've been shorthanded for a very long time, and that causes everybody to have to cover a lot more. But this move, even given all of that, has been a really, really good move for me. So it's taken me a while to work through all of that, because it's not like it happened overnight. It took several months for that change to happen. And before I could truly get my feet underneath me in terms of what that role was going to be like and what I was going to focus on, we had a system outage at work due to our vendor who had a ransomware attack on the private cloud that our system was housed in. We lost our system for almost 6 weeks, just short of 6 weeks. And we did all of our human capital management, our timekeeping, and our payroll in that system. And that almost brought us to our knees. It was December 11th, right before Christmas, and luckily we were able to rally. There was a team of us who rallied to make sure that employees got paid. It was coming up on Christmas time. We were going to make sure that nobody was going to be missing their paycheck. All of that means that what we changed my role to be, focusing on systems and compliance, that's all I've been doing for 60 to 80 hours a week during this whole entire time since the middle of December. So through that, I have professionally felt very good, even though it's exhausting. It's work that I love. So that's all been great. So that's that part of it. My family has been doing fairly well. The kids, so Henry and Xanthi, nothing's changed with them. Henry's still living here. Xanthi still lives down the street, just like it's literally a 3 to 4 minute drive. My parents are doing well, reasonably well under the circumstances. My dad's health is still, it's just always going to be a thing. He was in the hospital again recently with another flare up with a COPD. And so this is, it's a cycle that he's on now that they are learning to adjust to. It's pretty scary when it happens, but he seems to bounce back just almost to where he was before every time. And so, so far it's been okay. Nikayla, or Bug, as I call her all the time, is our granddaughter. She is 4.5, and she is still the light of our life, but she is growing up and trying to find herself, and she's in the phase of being a little challenging. So we're not a toddler anymore. We're old enough to be able to reason with to a certain extent, and she wants to have control over everything. And so, she's just trying to find her way. So things can be a little challenging at times. She's only here 1 day a week. She stays about 24 hours every week, usually on Friday nights. And we still enjoy every minute that we get with her. In terms of Henry, he's working full time. He's still living at home. He's working full time. He's going to school. And that all seems to be going well for the time being. So, more power to him. And he got on full time. When I say full time, he got on as a full time employee at Aldi. So we're very excited for him to have benefits and things like that. Now on to finances. So let's just talk about that for a minute. So we've been doing a budget every month. We always do. I have done a budget every month for over 4 years. I create the spreadsheet. I enter our expenses. It fills in the budget template and shows what our performance has been and that kind of thing. And I'm just going to tell you, we've not been managing it well. So yes, we do a budget every month. I still use my budget template that I love, but that tool isn't enough. You have to have the willpower and you have to have the drive to do the right things. And I have not had that as of late. I've really been struggling emotionally while things are going better at work. I still have things to work on, and thank goodness for my weekly therapy appointments, because I don't know what I'd do if I didn't have that partner to help me work through some of the things that just seem so ridiculous that I'm struggling with. But if you have ever experienced mental health issues, or if you know anyone who has, you know that sometimes it's not the things that you deal with. The thoughts aren't reasonable. They're not rational all the time. And you just have to be able to work through that. But working through that, it sounds so easy, but it is not easy. And it is showing itself through spending. Here's where we are at this point. It's been a few months, and over the course of the last couple of years, we have been overspending here and there, a little bit, and that has added up to a lot. And now we have an extra debt to add to our list because we have 2 credit cards that actually, we have 2 debts to add to our list because we have 2 credit cards that have balances on them that we cannot pay off in full. So that is something that when I start doing budget videos again, you're going to see. The reality is I'm tired. We've been doing this for 4 years, and about 3.5 years into it, my personal life, in terms of my personal health, my professional life, all were coming together down on me, and I did not have the strength to deal with all of it, and it manifested in me spending and doing things for the house that I might have waited for if I had more control over the circumstances. And what's really weird is I totally know better, and there are times when I just don't care. I mean, this is real life. I don't know how to explain it because we've been doing the right things for so long, but here we are. So those are really, in terms of the things that I've talked about on the channel that, a lot of you have been asking about. And by the way, for those of you who have reached out, thank you so much for your words of encouragement, for asking. I had no idea that so many people would be interested in how we are doing. I mean, I know I have an audience here, but it's just amazing to me that I can touch somebody's life through this. I have felt that from many other YouTube channels that I have watched, and people that have done similar things long before me. So I just never thought that I would have that kind of impact on somebody. And hopefully this very honest and frank conversation will, while it's not necessarily really encouraging or inspiring, it is real life. And if you are somebody who is struggling with this, because budgeting and getting out of debt and saving for your future and all of those things, when you're in a hole, those things are all really hard. There is nothing about this that is easy. So know that you're not alone. We have been struggling as well. And the struggle will continue. I mean, it's how we got where we were in 2018 when we started this whole thing. And, we each have to do what we need to do to try to resolve whatever's in front of us. And Matt and I are trying to work through this at this point. So I'll be sharing our budgets again coming up, probably starting in May. I'll probably set up so it's April now, probably set up a May budget and share that, and we'll get going on that again. And in the meantime, I hope all are doing well. And again, thank you for sticking it out and waiting around for me. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, and all of your concern and prayers and all of the communications I've received. I appreciate it so much. So with that, I'm going to sign off for today, and I will see you soon.